Have you ever been to the Alpine?
What, the Alpine?
Yeah, like the forest, the Alpine forest.
The Alpine Forest. Yes.
You have been. Where is it?
I don't know how. Have I been?
I don't know. Have you ever been to the Alpine?
Did we start already?
Yeah, we're started. We're jumping in hot. We're
I
jumping in
don't
hot.
think.
Welcome to the
Then
Newberg.
where?
Hold on.
wh-
Welcome to the Newberg Pod. Thanks for listening. Thanks for subscribing. My guest
God.
today is Lauren Bell. Okay. Have you been to the Alpine?
I don't know. Where is the Alpine?
I don't know. Have you been divorced?
No, no.
You have not been divorced or to the Alpine, but maybe you've been to
Where
the
is this?
Alpine. Do you know what an
Okay.
Alpine divorce is?
Uh,
The meaning of the phrase Alpine divorce. All the kids on TikTok are talking about it right now.
I don't have TikTok. I recently, someone actually recently told me about this.
Yeah,
Yes.
what'd they tell you?
So it's the phenomenon
Phenomenon.
that
Go on.
it's the phenomenon that husbands leave their wives in when they live in higher altitude. Is that it?
Um, you're suggesting you think the phrase Alpine divorce means a guy will wait until the altitude is high enough and then he will divorce his partner?
No, no, no. It's like the way that it was described to me was much like how, statistically speaking, men are more likely to leave women when they are like medically compromised, have some sort of medical, and it's like that, but for living in high altitude. Is that not it?
An Alpine divorce is a slang term trending on social media in early 2026 that refers to a scenario where one partner, typically a man, those gross men, abandon
Always
their
a man.
significant other during a hiking or outdoor trip in a remote mountainous area. Just be like, bye.
Oh, that's different.
What do you think that's called?
Murder.
Huh. You think it goes from Alpine divorce to murder?
It's well, now what you're describing sounds like when men take women to remote places, then leave them there.
Yeah, that's that.
Yeah,
Well, yeah, that's. I mean,
that's
like
way different than what I was told.
it describes the act of leaving a partner behind on a trail, often by hiking too fast, splitting up, or leaving them entirely, placing the abandonment person's safety at risk. The
Yeah,
term
ew.
the term has surfaced following numerous stories from women sharing experiences of being left behind on hikes by male partners. It has also
This
been used to describe situations where a partner brings someone on a challenging hike they're not prepared for, resulting in a dangerous situation. Do you know my what if scenario?
No, but I'm thinking of there was a public example of this recently in the news. But no, what's your thing?
I always say, and I didn't realize that it was part of this whole scenario, this whole Alpine divorce. But I say, okay, if you and I are on a first date, or like let's say I would ask you if you and I are on a first date, we go hiking and we go hiking at Runyon or I don't know Pikes Peak or some cliff in the Alpine somewhere far away. And while we're walking, I'm like, at you, and I faked a sneeze, but then I throw you down the hill and you tumble like you just tumble like ah. So now you've fallen
Hmm.
off this cliff, and now I'm like bah bitch, like I literally you can hear me say bah bitch in slow motion from the top of the
Yeah,
hill, and then
yeah.
I leave you, but a helicopter and a police fire department come in and check in on you. They check in on you. Uh, they save you. They take you to safety. The fireman and you get along really well. He writes his number down. He's like, "Gosh, the only thing I have on me is this $1 billion chance lottery ticket." And he writes his name and number on the ticket. And he's like, "Here, call me if you ever get better." And then the lottery ticket hits, and you end up calling this guy, and he's like, "You know what? Just keep the money. Give me like 2 million. The rest is yours." And you're like, "I love you. Let's hang out." And you meet your soulmate, and you have a perfect life with the fireman who lets you be in control of the majority of the $1 billion. Now, my question is, are you still mad at the guy who threw you off the cliff? It's a great question because now
Am
you
I
have
phys
you
am
have a
I
perfect life.
okay, am I physically impaired in any way? Have I lost a limb? Do I have brain
No,
damage?
nope, you're fine. You were pretty jacked up for a couple of months in the hospital,
Right, right.
but it's kind of like a fast forward Alpine divorce. It's like pushing you to your like maybe like what if and then you have to start thinking about it like if this is my move constantly, there's got to be like 10 girls I've done this to, 10 billionaires I've created, because obviously I have a knack
That's the
with,
man. That's the
yeah,
man's thought.
yeah, because a man can obviously figure out how to
Um,
win a lottery. Who wins lotteries? Men. I've decided my new approach to podcasting is polarizing, overgeneralized statements that I say are true because I speak them louder. Obviously, the only people who win at lotteries are men.
yeah. So what is that same goes for murder though? Same goes for murdering women.
Obviously, the only people who are good at murder is women because they're asking for it. How's that? Is that good?
God.
I like this. This is a good. I think
Yeah,
this is how
you have
podcasting become big.
you've asked me 6 questions and not let me answer a single one.
That's right. That's how men do it. So
Yeah.
go ahead. So
Wait,
start with the first
I
one. Alpine
so
divorce.
to answer the question, I don't to still be mad at someone who like tries to murder you is I think I would be at peace with it. I think I would forgive for my own peace, but I would also probably wish he got hit by a car. Um
Okay, so you would go to wishing injury on me.
um
You know,
I mean,
you have hundreds of millions of
yeah,
dollars.
I wouldn't care if you lived or died at that point, I think. But
You'd be fine.
truthfully, I wouldn't be happy for you. I wouldn't
When
be
you
I would
talk
just
about it at the party, when you're at the party explaining to your new fancy fun rich friends how you got
yeah,
there, they're like, I don't understand, Lauren. Like, you seemed so much more compatible with the gentleman who threw you down the hill than you do
right.
this young, buff fireman type.
I would never date a fireman.
Why? But he just gave you $900 million.
It's that hypothetical is built off lies about
Okay.
fire.
Okay. All right. Fair enough.
um, I
So
don't
you
know.
wouldn't date a fireman. You wouldn't date a fire person. Fireman.
I
Firewoman.
usually stay away from all first responder types.
I
Anytime if someone is seeing gross things regularly, I don't need to. It's generally not my an area I'd want to be in. I don't have any like hard rule against anybody, but I generally try to avoid first responders.
how
Heroes,
about third
but
responders?
third responders,
Who would have been there earlier? The traffic.
right? I feel like a third responder is like a TikToker, so maybe to that too.
Okay. Fair enough. All
All right.
right. So
All
should
right.
we like to talk about Alpine divorce according to the good people? Uh
Yeah,
the good people of
what does the
Threads.
internet have to say? What do threads have to say about it?
All right. So they said, not quite alpha divorce, but rather a cautionary tale. I had a guy friend who I went on a hike with. I'm pretty athletic and decent at navigating the wilderness. The plan was to get up to the main mountain trail, grab lunch, come back down. He insisted on taking a different trail. We got stranded in the Appalachian Mountains. We met a group of other hikers who gave me a map. He confiscated it. That's when it hit me. I might be in trouble. We hiked for hours, and as the sun was getting it's a four-parter. We should read
Mm,
this. Should we read the
mm-hmm.
rest?
No.
Oh man,
I mean, you can.
I refuse to go. I hate it when my coworkers read my threads. This is my personal diary. Fucking pervs. I don't know. It changed pretty quick. Anyway, so that's one. That's one
Okay.
Alpine divorce.
Okay.
I was climbing.
Yeah.
I was climbing down Smuggler's Notch. It took a huge header. My husband was so far ahead of me that I did not see him until I reached the bottom. I'm being in a very bloodied. We are divorced now.
Yeah. Yes.
That
Yes.
would, yeah, I don't know that I would.
Getting injured and having them not notice.
That's
What are you
not
doing?
good.
What are you people doing? Yeah, that's weird.
I
That's
used to do
weird.
that. I used to do that to Michelle all the time. I would get mad at her and I would walk ahead, but not on a trail. It was like on Sunset. I would just like, I don't know where it came from. I would get this rage and I'd be like, "Ugh," and I would just walk ahead. I'm glad
I didn't catch any of that because you froze for quite a while.
oh, I just said I used to get angry and walk ahead of Michelle, but not on a death defying course. It was like sunset during the day. So
Right.
until I cooled down.
Sure.
But that's different. That's different than leaving someone to die in the woods.
Well, one is that you're sort of coping with being upset and you're handling your stress, and another is that you're purposefully trying to harm your partner.
Yeah, I'm not trying to do that. So do you think
Yeah,
that you
that's
could,
weird.
do you think a relationship could survive an alpine divorce scenario? Are you in a relationship? Are you what have you been doing? You haven't been dating, and I don't think you're in a relationship. That's a weird question. I know that
I'm
you
not.
went on
No, I'm
some
not.
dates. You went on some dates.
I've been. Yeah, yeah. I've been going on some dates.
How's that going?
I have actually gone to some hikes and some peaks.
With these
Um,
people?
yeah.
Hikes and peaks. Do you get nervous? Will you get nervous now?
No,
You won't get nervous
no.
knowing the fact that these people could technically just end your existence.
I take precautions.
Do you bring mace or bear spray?
Yes,
You do. Good work. Okay,
and
good.
other things too.
Yeah, weapons.
Yeah,
Yeah. I always
yeah.
thought
No,
the easiest.
if you're if you're coming for me, you better kill me because
Okay, good note.
from a like a. I mean, no, women are women. I think especially when you're doing a hike, you have to be prepared. But you also take precautions of like recently shared my location with you. You share your
Yes,
location with your friends.
and I fell
Yep.
asleep, so that was helpful.
It would have been you would have been
I would have been there the
awake in
next day.
time for you would have been there the next day, which is when the ransom comes in anyway. So
Yeah, I would. What are you
yeah.
talking about? I would have been there.
That the you do the if you're getting another car, you do the car with the I actually have, can I say, I have a friend who, oh, I love her so much. I told her that I was going on a date with a guy who she goes, let me see a picture. I send her a picture. She says, what's his name? I say his first name. And she goes, oh, is it this guy? And she finds she goes, looks like he was divorced. Looks like he's this, like it sends me photo, everything. And I was like, how the fuck do you do that? And then I go on the date. He shows me a picture, just a picture, just shows it to me, doesn't send it to me, shows me a picture of the house that he has in Tahoe. I then the next day she asks me about the date. I go, it's great. I talk about a bunch of stuff. I go, he splits his time. He has a house in Tahoe. And she goes, where? And I go, oh, it's by the grocery store. And she 5-10 minutes later, she goes, is this it? Sends me the Zillow. She has his first name and like there's a lot of houses by this grocery store. And she
Mhm.
sends me the Zillow and she sends me all this information and she's just like it was the most amazing. It's like everyone has a friend who's like the FBI friend.
Mhm.
And I don't typically I like I said, like I take precautions that I am safe when I'm on a date, before and during. But I don't typically cyber stalk a lot. I don't really want to know like information about the person that I would get to know on the date.
You want to learn it
Um,
naturally.
yeah, yeah. And I think but you tell your friends they want to know, but she is so on top of it. And I love it. I love it so much. And she's so
So
cool.
was that the house? Did she find the right house?
Yes. Yes. And I was like,
Mhm.
wait, that's literally the house that I saw. So I was like, how did you know which one it was? And she's like, oh, it's the internet and it's this and that. She just like has no problem. I'm like, but I've seen her do it before and it is bananas.
Is she dating?
It's She's married,
Okay, yeah, the married ones don't fuck around. They know
happily
their stuff.
married. And she's also she's a very protective friend too.
Sure,
She is very, very protective and she's very direct when it calls for directness, which is good. You want a friend like that. So yeah,
that's awesome. Okay,
she knows who she is.
so did you feel safe on this date, or did he try and take
Yeah,
you? He didn't throw you up off a cliff.
he did not throw me off a cliff. No, it was really nice actually.
Okay,
Yeah. Hmm.
and how do we refer to this gentleman? Does he have a
I'm
nickname?
He doesn't have a nickname yet. No, but what's funny as I was thinking about this is that how if iPhone doesn't know who somebody is, because I
Yeah,
think
maybe it's blank.
it does. Yeah, it does maybe. It says maybe. And so, which is funny because when you're dating, and iPhone's just sort of like along for the journey.
Right.
It's like maybe Jonathan, like maybe George, and you're like, yeah, iPhone, maybe. Thank you. iPhone doesn't slut shame. That's what I
No.
like. Yeah. Yeah. And
So
then
you think iPhone is like the sassy assistant who's like, we know what you're doing, girl, but we're not going to say
yeah,
anything.
it's like maybe this person. I would love for it to say like maybe not. That would be kind of fun.
Okay.
Maybe AI will do that once it gets a little smarter. If you start getting some text that you're like, ugh, then it'll be like, maybe not.
Do women get the spam text where it's just like some random thing like, hey, is your dog okay? And you're like,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
what? And then you
And you
respond,
respond, and then it's a robot or it's something. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
or some Asian girl.
All the time.
Yeah, and she's just like, this is me. How are you? I'm like, bitch, what? I don't have time for this.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah, it is crazy.
Would you say I was reading something on the process of dating, and
Okay.
a popular process for dating is mean mommy. Are you familiar with mean mommy? Are you familiar with the mean mommy process?
I am familiar with Mean Mommy. Yes, Mean Mommy
Tell me
is
about it.
typically in a relationship. Well, it's just, oh
Who's
God,
mean mommy?
I don't even know how to describe Mean Mommy. It's like when you and it's tip I would find it would typically be in relationships, but it can happen outside of relationships when you're just dating as well. But it would be when a I mean, as I feel like as a woman, you take on so many roles in a relationship. And I actually, I was talking to my therapist about this the other day, and she talks about like the different roles that I tend to play in relationships. And she goes, um, I think I was, she goes, yes, Lauren, like you've been a partner, you've been a lover, you've been a friend, you've been a therapist, but you've been one more thing. And I was like, mommy? And she goes, mommy. I was like, God damn
Uh,
it. I was like, ah.
mommy or
So,
mean mommy?
but no, not mean mommy though, just mommy. But to your point about mean mommy is like when you, it, when there is you there's I don't know, it comes from when there's struggle in the relationship, and the struggle is typically when the man is exhibiting like some degree of like weaponized incompetence, which we see a lot with men, and women become.
Did you say weaponized incompetence?
Yes,
Okay.
it's like when you're incompetent on purpose, when you sort of pretend like you are more incompetent than you are, uh, in a way that allows you to not have to do things.
Like,
Um,
give me an
and
example.
Women carry a lot of like emotional labor, and a lot of like there's a lot of emotional labor, there's a lot of emotional weight, there's a lot of like simple logistics of things, like having to the guy that's like, well, if you want me to do stuff, make a list. Bitch, look around. Like, you have eyes, and there's a lot of stuff I like that. That was mean mommy a little bit.
That was a little mean mommy.
See, so like that's why it's hard to describe, easy to embody. But it is like where you tend to, you struggle with in this case, your male partner who is exhibiting this sort of weaponized incompetence in a way. Or it could just be, and it doesn't mean incompetence physically, it could be emotionally, it could be, it's any sort of level of like, well, when they really really go back to like the inner child, and the mommy role comes out in the woman. I think it shifts into mean mommy, where women just get really frustrated and kind of fed up and disappointed. And so it's,
The definition, and
oh,
you're
you
very
have it.
close. Yeah.
I'm so close.
The mean mommy dating approach refers to a dynamic where one partner, often the female, adopts a strict disciplinary or maternal role, sometimes referred to as mother henning,
Mm,
to manage a partner who may be acting immaturely or failing to contribute to the relationship. This role is sometimes adopted out of frustration, where the partner does not take responsibility, or it can be a response to a partner who has mommy issues and seeks a controlling maternal figure to care for them.
yes.
I don't
I
know.
was pretty close. I think I nailed it. I think that was a
Yeah.
very succinct version of my attempt, my dribble.
Does Mean Mommy work on fellas?
Uh, well, we don't like being mean mommy. That's the thing, because mean mommy doesn't want to fuck you.
Mean Mommy wants to yell at you.
No, mean mommy doesn't want to yell at you.
But if you're one of those weird people who just completely gets off on people not liking them,
I think
then
that's
you would
different. You're talking
probably,
about, yeah, you're talking about mean mommy as like a kink. But I don't. That's not what mean mommy means, though.
you don't feel that Mean Mommy is kink related. You just feel like it's irritated, like you motherfucker just tried to kill me in the Alpine.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay. Well, two different things. I think that there is a kink of like the like where there's like a mommy dom situation, but I don't. But mean mommy, like colloquially, refers to a position that women don't typically want to be in.
Got it.
Yeah. So that's hard. And as far as like it's typically in a relationship because it sort of has to do with like what the man is bringing to the table. But I do think that I had a little bit of a mean mommy situation recently though.
Go on. I love
And
it.
I don't know if this I well I I gently gently adorably probably not shamed a man for tipping poorly.
He was a poor tipper.
He wasn't a poor tipper, but I think that uh he wasn't a people who don't have restaurant experience don't I don't know. I think I just it was kind of silly. I did it in like a silly way. Uh he I think he was into it, so that was fine. But yeah, he we had dinner and the service was excellent,
Okay.
and uh he was admitted he admits in the beginning of the date that he's a picky eater, and he didn't like his dinner very much, and he didn't say anything, which was nice. Didn't like send it back or say anything, but he did take 2% off his tip for it. And I was like, it's front of house versus back of house. What do you? And I kind of like teased him about it a little
You
bit.
Mean Mommied him a little bit.
I mean, mommied him a little bit.
Yeah, that is your approach. You like it.
You
You
know, it's
kind of
not no, no, no. I don't. I don't actually.
you're pausing and smiling at the Mean Mommy at the Mean
Well, I was,
Mommy
I
possibilities.
was I was thinking about it, and I'm like, I really don't. Well, it's just not sustainable. Whatever, however, like I think we go through different phases in our lives where we can tolerate more mean mommy than others, and I'm think I'm at a low tolerance for mean mommy.
I think like Michelle tries to Mean Mommy sometimes. She's just too
Hmm.
nice. So she'll get like
Yeah,
her Mean Mommy will consist of one exhale, be like, and then she'll just walk in the other room. That's her Mean Mommy. That's her
yeah,
Mean
yeah, yeah,
Mommy.
yeah.
She's just too nice.
Yeah, no, I
Um,
don't. I'm not, but I'm not typically. I don't know. I think I was mean mommy in other chapters of my life, but I'm just too. I think that I think I'm nice, but I also just think that I'm like too. I don't know. It's not my responsibility to like show people how. I know we need to like, you know, we need to show people how we deserve to be treated, but I'm not going to like tell someone how they should treat me.
sure. Yeah, that
And
makes
tip
sense.
and it's also very unsustainable. It's unsustainable. I don't want to be. That's the whole point of it. Is like we don't want to be mean mommy. We don't want to have to constantly tell men how to treat us or how to, and it's also not it's not an effective way of getting what you want in a relationship. You should always be encouraging someone toward things that you want for the partnership. You should never be criticizing the things that you don't want. It's like a positive versus a negative approach, and so it
Right.
should always be the positive approach. So that the idea of mean mommy seems totally unnecessary to me in any kind of a partnership that I would want.
Hmm.
So it's fun to kind of giggle about it and stuff. And like there are always times when you feel like maybe you take that approach, but it feels icky to me, and I don't know, it's just not my thing.
Mean Mommy is not your romantic jam.
Definitely not a goal of mine in
Okay.
life to be mean mommy.
Okay, that's fair. All right. Okay, so moving on from so you think to yourself, Alpine divorce, TikTok, mean momming, dating. What's the third, obviously, topic? Everyone knows this: Mandela effect.
Right. Definitely related.
It's related. Do you know what the Mandela effect is?
Yes.
Okay,
No, it
explain.
might. Yeah. Oh, I'm explaining it. Okay. It's basically like the theory that our brain, well, it is the effect that we see things, we recall things as differently than they actually were. The thing that's interesting about the Mandela effect is that some people are very convinced that it is totally real, and then other people are convinced that we're just being gaslit by by something, or that we've stepped into some kind of portal, alternate reality portal. So basically, there are like a handful of just rudimentary things that we remember as differently, and like as a collective society we remember them differently. It can happen on an individual level or on a societal level, where we like remember things differently than what they actually were are. And it drives people crazy. It kind of feels, it feels like, it feels very strange. It feels like we're a little crazy. It feels a little bit like deja vu. um, and
Sure.
so there are, yeah, and so there are a few. So like some of them are like the Fruit of the Loom logo being different. So it started because
I
people
have I
thought,
have a list. I have a list of examples.
oh, you do? Okay, well, so I'll say one more thing then. The reason why it's called the Mandela effect is because like there was a point where we all thought that Nelson Mandela like died in like 1998 or something,
Yeah, in the '80s
in his jail cell, and or 1980, yeah, and then he did not, right? And so that was like
until 2013.
2013, yeah. So then it was like, so that's why it's called that. But there are, yeah, and then so okay, you have examples.
Welcome to the Newberg Pod, everybody, where you can come for Nelson Mandela death updates. The last one was in 2013. He remains dead. Okay, so some examples. Are the Monopoly Man. Do you know what example? A lot of people think this have this false memory, but there's a different reality. Do you know any guesses for the Monopoly Man?
You asking me?
Yeah,
The monocle.
correct. He never had
Yes.
one, but people think Berenstein Bears.
Berenstain Bears.
Yep, that's correct.
Yep. Hmm.
Um, Luke, I'm your father was what everyone
Uh,
thinks, and actually he says
he says, "No, I'm your father."
that's correct.
Yeah.
The Wicked Queen does not say "Mirror, mirror on the wall." What does she say?
Oh, interesting. She doesn't say mirror, mirror on the wall, but does she does say who's the fairest, right? I don't know that one.
She says "Magic mirror on the wall."
Magic mirror on the wall. Yeah, you're right. Wow, okay.
And what year do you think they took away the hyphen from Kit Kat?
Oh God, I would never know this one.
Well, they never had a hyphen in Kit Kat, but that doesn't stop people from thinking there's one.
There is a hyphen in Kit Kat.
There's not,
Okay,
dude.
is that I
There's
have two
never.
more.
Okay, I'm not done.
Oh, okay.
Um,
Shit.
C3PO's legs always gold.
Oh, my Star Wars friends are gonna kill me. I don't know.
One of his legs in the original was silver.
Silver. Yes, yes, yes.
Chick-fil-A spelling.
Oh, I don't need Chick-fil-A.
Okay.
FIL-A.
Yeah, but you're missing the important part, the old animal thing.
Doesn't it have the
Um, it has a CHICK, and the chick is a chicken.
yeah.
Yeah.
What's the one?
People think it's CHIC.
It is CHIC.
Nope, it's CHICK.
But this is why it's a phenomenon, because everyone believes that it's the same wrong thing.
Right. Yeah, it's a collective.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a collective. Okay.
And I think the one that bums me out most is, do you know that Captain Crunch is just a commander? What a liar, that guy.
It's not even a captain. And
He's
his
not a
eyebrows
captain.
are on top of his hat.
Are they really?
His eyebrows are on his hat. Yeah, they're not
Let
on
me look.
his face.
I don't know if that's true. Let's find out. Oh my God, his eyebrows are on his hat. What the fuck is going on?
Is that it? Because I still have two more.
There is a couple more. Let's see which other ones. Um, See if you can. There's if you build it, they will come.
Uh-huh.
Statue of Liberty location.
Wait, what's the first one?
If you
If you
build
build
it,
it, they will.
he will come.
Which is the correct one?
Yeah. And Captain Crunch would be Commander Crunch. And Ellis Island, Liberty, Statue of Liberty is on Liberty Island, not Ellis
Liberty.
Island.
Yes, correct. Liberty Island, yeah. But that's just history. People just
Jay,
don't know history.
what else you got? What are the two
I
I'm missing?
have Fruit of the Loom,
Yep, because of
the cornucopia. The fruit
Yep.
is there, and then the cornucopia.
Yep.
And then apparently Febreze, and Febreze, they took away an E, or there wasn't an E, or there is an E.
And Febreze?
Yeah, go look up Febreze. How do you spell it?
I spell it Fabreze.
Yeah, people assume it's EEZ.
Okay. Well, it's a lot of people did that with idiot test.
Okay. I remember I was in the audience for that once when you had Tommy Lahren on.
Yeah. Idiot test. Everyone thought it was IDIOT space TEST. It's IDIOTEST. Idiot test.
Like one word.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Isn't that cool?
Yeah. Cool.
That is cool, man.
I think, yeah. And then what are we hitting at with the Mandela effect? What are your thoughts? That it's like, I mean, do you believe that you're like, no, the way that things are, do you believe in the phenomenon as in like, do you believe that we have all collectively had, because our brains don't like randomness, they like patterns. And that is the theory behind why it exists, because we don't have, our memory is stored in a way that we don't always understand, where it's like our brain likes to fill in the gaps for things that we don't have.
Right.
And so, and the phenomenon is that our brains are all filling in the same gaps. The reason why we think it's Berenstein Bears is because Steen makes more sense. Like it just sounds, it's like, yeah, like stuff like that. But I don't understand why, like the cornucopia, why would we imagine that?
Because I just think it's a suggestion based on society, based on like, if you remember those commercials, they were all like, History of the World Part 1 type commercials where there was emperors and guys in togas. So I assume that people just assumed cornucopia. But like when it comes to Nelson Mandela dying in a jail in 1980 versus 2013, I mean, obviously the reason we all chose to make that memory happen is because everybody liked being broken out of a jail in the 1980s when they watched the A-Team.
Okay.
Right?
Solid theory.
Yeah, that's the only reason.
But I think, I don't know. I've actually spoken to, I actually know now in my life a few different like rocket engineers, like rocket scientists, who believe that, which is funny. I haven't ever been to say that sentence before, but I do. I've spoken to a few recently, and I've asked this question. I've asked about the alternate realities and the wormholes and like how these things like and like is this, because that was the whole, like that's the conspiracy theory behind it, is that like this is from like the particle collider that changed the trajectory of our reality, and that so it's actually what we're experiencing is like true memories from before we like had the like the shift in timeline. So
yes.
And I believe all of that. Like I actually do believe, that we're in an alternate reality from 2016.
Okay.
That's a hill I'll die on, I think.
All right. Like the moon is flat.
No.
Like the earth is got
No,
abs.
but we know there are wormholes. Like we know. And we know.
Mm-hmm.
I think too many weird things happened in 2016 that then caused us to go off on this bizarro world train that has to be explained somehow. I don't think it's just that, like, yeah.
All right,
I think we had. Yeah, keep going.
So based on what you're saying, based on everything that you're saying, with the 2016 different effects and everything else, I'm looking for a fill in the blank answer.
Oh boy.
So my question is, if you were to go out on a date with a rocket science, this is a rocket scientist, okay?
Okay.
If you were to go on a date with a rocket scientist and he tried to alpine divorce you, okay, hold on. What approach would you take to scold him?
Mean mommy.
That is correct. Mean mommy. Right there. Right there. Mean mommy. Yes.
Oh man, yeah, it's all full circle, huh?
I mean, I guess let's go through all the topics that we haven't discussed in rapid
Okay.
fire.
Okay.
Okay, Shia LaBeouf drunk in New Orleans, way too much. Like you can always tell when there's not enough news going on by how much news gets paid attention to the people that you're just like, come on, man.
Yeah, no one really cares about him anymore in that way, I think.
I mean, he was great in Peanut Butter Falcon, was he not?
No, he's a phenomenal actor. I think that he's as a human, he's just kind of, I don't know. Yeah, it's like he's a weird guy that abused substances, and he's a weird celebrity who abuses substances. It's not a new story at all.
Yeah, I think so.
I just sorry, Shia.
Yeah, I don't care.
Yeah.
I mean, he starts off with all the victories. He starts off dating Megan Fox. He starts out being called Shia. He starts doing a bunch of movies. He then Peanut Butter Falcons.
Yeah, he's a phenomenal actor. He's a really talented actor. He was a talented actor when he was on like Disney Channel. He's always been like, I always thought like this guy is gonna go really. I remember watching him on like Even Stevens when I was a kid, and I was like, his comedic timing is so good. This guy is gonna be great. But I think it's Hollywood. I think Hollywood, man, just sort of changes, you know. I think that kid's been forced to be in a room he didn't want to be in before. I think that's what's happened.
Okay.
Maybe, probably more than one.
How come the sequel to Even Stevens isn't called Odd Todds?
Who's named Todd?
Who's named Steven?
Their last name is Steven.
Oh, I didn't see it, but I just like, I thought for sure Odd Todd would be him.
No, that's why it's called Even
Stevens.
Yeah, because their last name is Stevens.
I always remember when people used to say, I can't even, I would always be like, well, can you odd?
Oh, that was a big one, yeah. People love that. Yeah.
Okay. Let's see. Do you have any hobbies that you're into lately?
Yeah. So, I mean, we're always hiking. That's good. I paint a lot. I just like to do, I mean, I don't know. I think I like to sit around and have fun with my friends. I know that's like a kind of a silly one, but I do really have some amazing friendships with amazing women, and so I like to do dinner parties and stuff with them. Been doing a lot of yoga. I'm always swimming. The painting one has been really fun for me, and I do some guys' podcasts occasionally, and dating.
Nice. I'd like you to read the following sentence in two different ways.
Oh God.
Okay. First off, can you read the sentence?
No.
Mommy doesn't like. The sentence is, Mommy doesn't like your attitude. Get over here and bend over. And I'd like you to say, no. Hear me out. Hear me out.
Say that. I don't want to say it.
I want you to say it in two different ways. I want you to say it in Mean Mommy, and I want you to say it in Mean Mommy Kink. Because if you won't, I will.
Let's do something shorter than that. Because what is it?
Mommy doesn't like your attitude.
I think we should just say that.
Okay, let's do
Mommy
doesn't like your attitude as Mean Mommy, and then as a Mean Mommy Kink.
Can we just
come on, dude?
Oh my God. Okay. All right. First is Mean Mommy.
Yeah.
God, I didn't know I'd have to be performing on this. Okay.
If you want, I'll do it. If you don't have the guts.
I think no, you should do it too. But I think I think that I would just say mommy doesn't like your attitude.
Is that mean mommy or is that mean
That's
mommy
mean.
is a kink?
That's mean mommy. That's
Let's
mean
hear
mommy.
mean mommy is a kink. Because I'll do mine after.
Oh my God. Okay. Let me think. Let me think. Okay. Mommy doesn't like your attitude.
Oh, I see what you did there. You made it vocal. You made it more inviting on the voice, but your eyes suggested that mommy could be convinced otherwise.
Yeah, because when you were a kid, it was like the scarier thing. It wasn't when your parents would yell at you. It's when they would be like, "Get," you know. So
Okay, I'll
yeah.
go. My mean mommy would
Um,
be, "Mommy's not liking your attitude, you little fuck."
okay.
I would add stuff.
That's more like scary
Yeah, it's mean
daddy,
dad, mean daddy,
mean dad. Not daddy. It's not daddy. It's
but
dad. It's
mean dad.
father.
But then we can't go to like dad as a kink, because then it's like super gross.
Yeah.
Hey
How
girl,
would you? Okay, then
daddy
how would
doesn't like
you?
your attitude.
That's like I picture you like digging lint out of your belly button while you say that.
Daddy doesn't like your attitude, but he loves this lint. Nah. Um,
No.
all right.
Okay.
Well, great stuff, everybody.
What else? Was that it? Just we got Shia? That was it? You only had one?
Yeah, I just I think we got a lot of miles off Alpine Divorce and Mean Mommy
You really
and
did.
Mandela and Rocket Scientists.
Rocket
I
scientists.
think we did great.
Yeah.
Slut shaming phones. Be a good episode.
Slut shaming phones. I think we did good. Yeah, the rocket scientists.
Thanks
Is
for
that
listening.
weird?
No, it's great.
Oh, okay.
Thanks for listening, everybody. Lauren looks amazing today, as she
Oh,
always does in
thanks.
yellow and matches her wall. Thank you for listening. If you like the show, please subscribe. We are now up to 1,330
Wow.
subscribers on
Thanks,
Instagram.
guys.
Thanks, kids.
Hell yeah.
We're going to keep going, gonna keep bouncing, keep managing it, keep having fun. We'll see you next time. Get well, Hannah.
Thank you.
And if anyone's wondering how Hannah is, I messaged her. I'm like, how are you? She's like, I'm not dead. So she's making progress.
We love it.
Yep.
We love it.
You
Yeah.
love it. Okay.
Not dead is good.
Not that is key.
Not dead is key.